One of the most underutilized ways to increase your sales on Shopify is by increasing your actual conversion rate. In fact, CRO is a big thing in being able to actually increase your overall sales volume and make your ads convert even better. So many people really focus on their creatives, they focus on their targeting, but they never think to focus on the actual landing page that is going to be converting the individuals through the actual funnel. And that's exactly what we're going to be covering today. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Now, if you're new here, my name is Chappell, and over the last 7 years, we've grown over 250 different brands and businesses in so many different niches, and we've collectively generated over $1 billion in sales. And that's all through managing Facebook ads, TikTok ads, and even Google ads. And we've gained a lot of experience through the agency after having advised on over $200 million in ad spend across Facebook's products and spending $600,000 in the last 90 days on TikTok. So let's go ahead and jump into the video so that way we can go over the conversion rate optimization for your Shopify store so that way you can 2x your conversion rates. So we're going to be covering how to 2x your conversion rates. And to 2x a Shopify store conversion rate isn't as hard as you think. There's a few key actual designs and items that you need on your actual landing page to increase trust, to actually add authority, and drive more individuals to be able to convert just by making the process super simple. In fact, actually lowering the number of clicks somebody actually has to make from an ad like Facebook or TikTok, you're actually going to get better CPMs because the faster somebody can actually check out, the quicker they can get back to scrolling on their social media feed, which is what these big tech companies want, especially if you're running ads. So you need a very fluid process to bring people through your funnel, and that is through your Shopify store. And so when we're looking at the landing page, some of the things you really need to focus in on, and these are some of the top things that we always see convert best and what actually makes a big difference in your overall conversion rate. And we're talking about like if you're actually spending, $1,000 and you're getting back 5,000 in actual sales, well, if you actually double your conversion rate, you're quite literally going to see a huge increase in your overall sales without spending any more money. So, the practical thing to do here is to maximize the overall conversion rate growth so that way you can get as many sales as possible. And one of those first things is testing your website on both desktop and mobile to ensure the most important information is always appearing above the fold. And essentially above the fold is whenever the actual website loads on your mobile screen or desktop screen, above the fold is everything within view upon the load. And that's really important because you want to have the actual product, you want to actually have the name of the product, you want to have all the relevant information above the fold so that way people can see what they need right away without having to scroll to find it. And then the main thing is you're going to need to create a strong and clear, bold header title. And that is having a strong, clear actual header here with your actual product name. Sometimes people make really thin text for their product titles and it's really hard to read. You want to make sure it's very clear and bold so that way people can read immediately and know what it is that you're selling. The other thing is you want to direct product image. If you have models showing off your clothing, or you have models showing off the actual item or doing a how-to, it's good to have those in the second, third, fourth, fifth image or video on your actual product image page. Rather than showing it as the first one, you want to make sure the first image is always super direct and focused on the exact item itself. That way there's no confusion and people can see exactly what it is that they're purchasing right away and know that they made it to the right landing page if you're running ads. And then the next thing is we're going to need a strong call to action button, and full color add to carts is really increasing overall add to cart click-through rates, which is driving more people through your actual funnel. So having a full colored add to cart, it makes it bold, it stands out. If you have an outlined add to cart where it's white and then you have the buy it now that's full, a full color add to cart is actually going to really increase your overall add to cart conversion rate, which is going to help you get more people to actually, make it to the checkout process, which you can then get them to actually make it to the purchase. And the next thing is having your contact details. And you want to have that in the actual footer of your website. You want to make sure people know how to contact your brand. You want the shipping information so that way they know how long it takes. You need your policy information. It makes people feel more comfortable because they like to read these things to ensure that who they're buying from, they're going to receive the product, it's going to be safe, and they understand all the terms down there. And if you're actually sharing that information, it just makes it easier for somebody to actually make a purchase, whether they read it or not. Just having it down there just gives them a visual so that way they know that there is information. If they want to look at it, it is there and they can find it easily. And then some other items here that are really, really important. The banner at the top at all times. So many stores I see that are just recently launching and they don't use this banner, and the banners are huge in terms of actual conversion rates. This is where you have a special offer call out, whether it's free shipping over a certain amount of money or it's just free shipping in general. Cuts is doing free shipping over 150. This is where you call out if it's US shipping, international shipping, or if you want to talk about a special offer that's, a today only sale, 20% off, use code. These are the types of things you have in this banner here. And that's really important to have because it has this distinct call out so people know immediately, okay, if I buy this item, I'm not gonna have to pay for shipping if it's over this, or if I buy this item, I know I get this % off, or here's what I know based off that banner. It's where you want your big special offer call out to be immediately, so that way people know, what the actual offer is in addition to what they're buying. And then you're going to want to have reviews if you have them. This will increase trust. A lot of stores that are just starting out, they don't necessarily have reviews, and that's fine. You can turn them off, and then when you get some sales later on, you can add an app, send out an email, and get all the reviews, and then activate them. But if you do have your reviews, you want to make sure it's very visible, so that way people can actually check out all the reviews. And the more reviews you have, the better, because it increases overall trust and allows people to see how other people have experienced the product. People like to read reviews, and it builds trust and really gains a higher conversion rate for your overall store. If you're just starting out, it's okay not to have them initially, but eventually you're going to want to add them because it only gets better when you do. And then you want to make sure that your sizes, colors, and selections are easy to see. Specifically, you want to have it on one line. So you can see here that the actual staple colors that they have for this product are all on one line, and then their seasonal colors are on another line. Sometimes people have multiple rows of, different selections, and it gets really complicated. You want to make sure that, for each specific selection, it fits on one row. If you have sizes that are small, medium, large, extra large, triple X large, and it's like, going down, it's just not going to work. You're going to decrease your conversion rate. It's easier for somebody to visually see it, click it, and move forward. Makes it much more simple for somebody to actually want to purchase. And that way you're not adding a lot of friction to your overall Shopify store. And I can certainly assure you, if you do these things, you're going to see an increase in your overall conversion rates without spending any more money. And the other thing you're going to want to do is have special offers to capture email. That is a pop-up, whether you're using, an actual app to do so. You give a specific percentage off, you're doing a giveaway or some special offer just to get somebody to submit their email, so that way you have it for email marketing later, because that can drive up your conversion rate, because now you have their contact info. If they leave your website, you can always send them an email to get them to come back and make the purchase. This helps recovery and increase your email marketing conversion rates, which increases your overall Shopify store conversion rates. And then you're going to want to make sure that you have consistent branding throughout. It's really important to make sure the colors are very consistent. It's easier on the eyes. People know that it's the right brand. It's more trusting, and it's more memorable over time. When people see your ads, they can come back and remember that, they've been to the site before, or when they purchase, they can remember the site if they're recommending it to somebody. You want it to be consistent. If there's too much going on with colors and they're not on brand, it can really take away from the overall value, and it's harder for somebody to actually remember your brand and, feel a connection towards it. And these are just a few stores that, are really doing great sales volume overall, and you'll start to notice a lot of them have the exact same things in common. And this comes as no surprise, because the biggest brands in the world that, have gone from doing 500K months to $1 million months to 8 figures per month in sales, they understand the value of their actual Shopify store conversion rate. And most people never really spend the time to talk about these things because they don't really understand how to do it. And a lot of people focus on the ad side, but they really miss the full conversion rates. And this is what we want to focus on, because when you're running ads, you can get more dollars out of your ads just by having a very solid conversion rate. And so you can see how all of these stores have, a lot of key things here in common. And we'll just cover a few so that way you can get an idea of what it is that each of them are using. You'll notice right off the bat, they each have a banner with their special offer that we were just talking about. This website has a code. They have the 25% off Blenders Eyewear. Then Cuts has, a special offer where if you buy a certain amount, you get free shipping. They're doing this as a strategy to get you to buy more items, specifically in the space, with clothing and apparel. It makes sense. You can have those, free shipping at higher items, because whenever people add more to cart, that's totally fine, because most people will buy multiple tees or multiple shirts in the apparel space. That is normal. So that strategy works specifically there. This company here, Schoolyard Snacks, they're using a specific offer for 10% off at checkout, and it's like a today only type sell. So that's really interesting. And then they have their free shipping banner below it. So they're doubling up on their banner, which is definitely going to help, especially because they made it super concise and compact. And then Neuro here has Start 2022 Fresh with your body and mind, free shipping on purchases 35 plus, and subscriptions. And then the next thing you're gonna know is each of their items are very direct. You can see that Blender's Eyewear, they're selling sunglasses. The sunglasses are being shown. It's not the model image first. You'll notice the model image comes second to show off the actual item. If your model is first, you're automatically going to have a lower conversion rate. We've proven this time and time again in our agency. We've spent millions of dollars per month, sending actual ads to e-commerce sites, and we have found that this is the case. People get distracted by the model's looks, but it definitely helps having a model to show off the item after they already know what it is that they're purchasing. And that's why it's so important to just have the specific item directly right away. And then you can see the same thing for cuts. You can see this for neuro. And then you can also see that, schoolyard snacks is showing the actual item itself. It makes sense because this is something you eat. So, they're pouring it out of the bag, which is totally fine. And then it starts at $1.69 per bag. So they actually did a really good job of actually including their offer in there. So that's a special, deal because probably a lot of their competitors are priced much higher. And so that really resonates with individuals. Schoolyard Snacks is a good example of being able to deliver a lot of information in a very short amount of time and in a very concise way. Most people will spend, all this time putting all this text on their site, and it runs for days, and they're scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and really it's just too much information. Whereas, these types of brands have already figured out that they can deliver that same amount of info just in a more precise and concise way. Like Schoolyard, they already recognize the fact that they could actually use their images to have some additional text in here. They can double up on banners and make them, smaller with their padding. They can actually shrink the size of their menu to add more space for, actual conversion-driven line items that people actually enjoy to read because it helps build up the overall trust and value of the brand so people will convert. And then the next thing we'll notice is they have additional images on these actual, sites. You can scroll through and see each image for the products. They're going over models or they're showing, the benefits. That's really important. The next thing you notice, they'll each have like specific categories they call out for their products or some, unique tag. And this one's polarized. That's a benefit because, some sunglasses aren't polarized. And then Cuts has last call, and then they also talk about their special blend of stitch that they use. And then over here for this one, they have their keto, sugar-free. So they're calling out some, bullet type benefits that are very, high level, but are really important to consumers because it helps them make a decision when purchasing. And then Neuro has this as well. They have the vegan, aspartame-free, sugar-free, and that really helps increase overall conversion rates. And then as we continue to look down, we're not going to cover each individual item here, but you'll start to see what's commonly run throughout each of these. You have the reviews on all of them. You start to notice the add to cart buttons are actually full color. Lots of you don't use full color add to carts, and it is a big game changer because it makes it more visual. It gives a good pop, and it allows people to click on it and increase your overall site conversion rate. And then the other things are upsells. Upsells help increase the overall average order value, which can help actually, add into your profit margin if you have good margins, especially if you spend money on an ad to get somebody to add an item to cart. And if they purchase that in addition with other items, you're automatically getting more bang for your buck. And then some other quick things are some additional pop-ups. This one's get 15% off. They probably have to enter in their email. They have a loyalty program. Schoolyard Snacks has a video from one of the founders, which builds a lot of trust because now there's a face to the brand. They know it's legit. They know they're not a fly-by-night company. And then Cuts has, a little button here that, you can also find special offers and contact individuals from their actual company. Another big thing is the model. They actually talk about the model's height and what size they're wearing. Because if they say, if somebody's 6 foot and they see that, in this case, Tristan's also 6 foot and he wears a medium, it makes it easier for somebody to know what size to buy. So always call out what your actual model is and what size they're wearing. So that way when people see the image, they can get an idea of, what size they should buy, as well as having a size chart to actually help them, with the measurements. You'll also notice each of their selections are very easy to do. It's very, quick. You can click on them, easy call outs to make it simple, bullets, and very concise, very direct, making it easy enough for somebody to actually make a purchase. Now, increasing conversion rates on your Shopify store doesn't just come down to your landing page either. And in order to really measure an impact of being able to actually see an overall increase, you have to have traffic. And one of the ways you get traffic and actually being able to see if people are purchasing and increasing your overall sales is through actual ads. And in fact, we, strategize and actually go over ways to maximize overall growth with your TikTok ads and your Facebook ads. we've been spending millions of dollars every month on these platforms to really be able to scale up our overall client results. And in fact, we actually have a one-on-one mentorship program where we actually help, individuals, whether you're in the e-commerce space, B2B space, software space, or even local space, be able to actually get a good ROI on your TikTok ads and Facebook ads and really scale up. And we do this in a one-on-one environment where you're actually able to hop on a call with my team and myself and actually go through your actual, site, improving your conversion rates, working on your ads, figuring out ways to actually increase your overall results, whether you're at 20,000 wanting to go to 100,000 per month, or you're at 250,000 per month and you're wanting to crank $500,000 per month. We cover it in our one-on-one mentorship program. And if you're interested in the one-on-one mentorship program, feel free to DM me the word mentor at @RealChaseChappell on Instagram. And I'm happy to be able to share more information about how it works. We do have a limit of 10 spots per month, so those spots do go fast. If you are interested, feel free to DM me the word mentor and I'm happy to share more. Now, like I was saying before, in order to increase your Shopify conversion rates, you're going to want to make these design tweaks here to be able to really maximize the overall potential and deliver the right information you need for a consumer to really make a decision in purchasing and feeling comfortable with the process. And the other ways is to actually have quality traffic. Lots of you might actually be running traffic campaigns or doing boosted posts, or sadly just be getting a lot of traffic but not actually any sales. And that actually could come down to, misinformation or unquality traffic. It does happen, and it really does mess up your overall metrics and can really skew numbers and trick people into thinking that their site actually might need to be fixed, when in reality, it's their actual traffic source. And in fact, here's an example of us actually increasing an online store conversion rate on a Shopify, one of our clients, and actually taking them from a 2.76% all the way up to a 5.62% at scale, all through optimizing their actual ads and being able to focus on the organic content strategy that really drives quality traffic and breaking down those objections. So yes, there are ways to increase your store conversion rate even outside of the actual landing page optimization. And here's an example. This is month 1. When we started with them, they were just doing organic TikTok posts, and they had about 587 add to carts. About 4% of people were actually clicking their add to cart button, and about 2.76% actually ended up converting, which is about 409 people ended up making a purchase. And that was primarily from the organic traffic they were getting from TikTok posts, which is absolutely incredible. In fact, we have a video right here you should check out about how you can go from $0 to $30,000 in a daily sale, all from TikTok organic strategies. And they had one flavor and one item specifically, and they weren't running any ads at this time. We started working with them, and we quickly started to actually increase the overall store conversion rate because they ended up adding a few more actual items to their site, but we launched Facebook and Instagram retargeting plus cold audiences. So based off of the traffic, we were creating audiences and going after new individuals, and we scaled up pretty quick over the course of 3 months, going from roughly 587 add to carts to 10,840. And not only that, but 8,157 individuals actually converted, which ended up growing their store significantly into the hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. And that was primarily from them, one, getting a really solid viral TikTok video from the strategies we're using, and them being able to have enough items for people to, make a decision to purchase from, as well as us really maximizing the overall Facebook and Instagram retargeting strategies, where we're retargeting the traffic that's hitting their site, so that way we can break down other objections people might have if they never converted. And we really focused on the cold audiences because at this point there was so much data coming to the site that we were able to really allow the algorithms on Facebook and Instagram to really optimize effectively to their true potential to get sales. And then a few months later, we got the store conversion rate all the way up to a 5.62%. They really honed in on the TikTok strategy and have really been nailing their videos ever since, and have consistently seen viral videos help them sell out their store. And this happened many times in between these months, and they had 3 flavors now because they're fully sold out on another one, and they're down to 1 flavor left right now. But that's all right because it's only a good problem to have, especially if you're scaling your online business. And so we got to a 5.62% conversion rate, a lot of returning customers because they love the product. That's a huge thing. You need a solid product. And we went really heavy on retargeting because there's so many people hitting the site. We're talking tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of people hitting their actual website. This gives us a huge opportunity to have the right types of ads, really get people to be comfortable with the process and come back to the website to make the purchase. And then we really started to focus in on, not only Facebook, Instagram retargeting in actual audiences for cold over there, but we also started to get the TikTok ads rolling so that way we can maximize the overall growth from the TikTok account, because there's so many views, so many people seeing the videos that now we have retargeting audiences there, as well as focusing heavy on a cold strategy, reaching new eyeballs every day to be able to drive more sales and quality traffic. And with all this being said, not very much changed on the website other than the fact of adding a few flavors. Nothing really changed in terms of the actual, text. There was no color changes, no brand changes. Everything remained the same over the course of this 6 months, and their conversion rate only goes up. And that's because the quality of traffic has only gotten better over time as we've optimized the ads. We do cover this in our trainings on our YouTube channel, so please do make sure to actually subscribe and like this video if you do like it, so that way you'll see more content that we do around these actual strategies, because we do put a lot of work and effort into this and are spending so much on ads and actually helping so many e-commerce brands that we're able to identify information that is really important and direct that you can use as well to have success. And from some of these bigger actual sites that we were looking at, we ended up pulling through an app to be able to identify what tools they're using on their Shopify. And I wanted to highlight just a few of the ones that were consistently being used between all of them, so that way you can know what could be important for you as well. One thing that was really common was the email marketing. Everybody is using Klaviyo, and feel free to actually use the links below this video to actually access these tools that these other companies are using to have success as well. This is where you send email campaigns and social campaigns and really get people back to your site from emails. This is a big thing that lifts conversion rates. If you're not doing email marketing, then you're certainly missing out on extra sales. The next thing was product reviews. Every single one of them had product reviews. It is really important to increase trust, allow other perspectives, not just coming from the brand, but you want perspectives of people's experience with your products from their point of view, your actual customers, because your customers are the best sellers for your brand. They're the voice, and they can really lead charge in being able to drive a lot of sales for you. One amazing customer could get 10 more amazing customers just from one positive review and how excited they are about your product. So give them a great experience, because I can assure you they'll chant the actual mantra of your brand and bring you lots of great business. The next thing we saw was actually product recommendations, and having multiple products and relevant products around the ones they were purchasing, offering other items. And in this case, we saw that they were using this specific tool, code black belt also bought. So that way it was giving their customers recommendations on what other customers bought this item and also bought this. And that's helping them increase sales, increase their AOVs, get more conversions, and get people to spend more money on their actual site. And at the end of the day, the consumers love it because they're getting, an item that pairs well with another one, and they saw that other people were doing it too. So it must be a great combo. The next thing we saw was sales recovery and FOMO. And this is really important because FOMO stands for fear of missing out. You want to create, a little bit of scarcity around your actual brand and products, so that way people really want to make sure they do purchase. If they know that it's always going to be available or it won't sell out, we're selling out our clients' products all the time. And it's not just because they're intentionally wanting to sell out, it's quite literally because they can't keep up with the demand of the products because it's going so fast, because TikTok organic and TikTok ads are on fire right now. And that's really amazing, because if you also have a little bit of FOMO in there, it's going to make it even more insane with the conversion rates. And then there's recurring subscriptions. The middle one here, they didn't have a recurring subscription business model, which makes sense, but these other two online stores did. So they were certainly using a tool called Recharge, and that's so people can actually, get on a subscription plan and receive these items on recurring. Whether it's, a product that you can actually eat, drink, then it makes sense to have a subscription. Or if it's a, subscription box, or if you have, specific items that, people are going to want to have on a recurring basis to be able to receive, then you certainly want to make sure that you have a recurring subscription app, because that can help you increase, not only sales, but lifetime value of your customers, which once they purchase once, and if they continue to come back and buy, well, now every dollar you've spent on ads is infinitely increasing in value over time. And then we also noticed loyalty programs between these actual sites, and whether they had, an actual tool for actually referring individuals, or having loyalty programs where they get special offers the more that they purchase with the actual brand. This helps increase, customer retention and builds, overall brand around the actual online site, so that way people actually enjoy coming back and they do want to refer people as well as be a part of these programs, so that way they can unlock these amazing benefits and cool offers that you're giving them. And I hope you enjoyed this video. These are some of the top online conversion rate metrics and overall tools and actual site changes you can make to see incredible results. And it doesn't just come down to making changes on your actual site that increases your conversion rates. You quite literally could see a 2x increase in your overall site conversion rate just by getting into quality traffic and really breaking down objections through your overall ads. And feel free to DM me on Instagram if you have any questions, and definitely do comment down below this video. I'd love to see what your thoughts are on the overall video, and please do give it a like and subscribe because it truly does mean a lot to us. I really appreciated you watching this video. Cheers and bye, y'all. Hey, if you made it to the end of this video, then I know you're an ambitious learner and you're looking for more. So go ahead and click this video here. I hand selected it for you.